Hey guys, it's Spoonie, and I'm back with part 2 of my Doctor Who collection. Now, this is featuring the DVDs of the Tom Baker years only because there's so many of them. And as you can see, he was the Doctor from 1974 through 1981. So that is a 7-year run. Okay, so this is Doctor Who Robot. This is story number 75, and this is actually the very first story with Tom Baker after the regeneration. As you can see, the regeneration doesn't quite work out well, so he needs to go to unit for help. Our Friends Electric, a new documentary, looks at Tom Baker's introduction as the Doctor and the making of his first story featuring actors Tom Baker, Elizabeth Sladen. That's right, because Sarah Jane Smith was his assistant in this one, and she was carrying over from the third Doctor. Like in all the other sets, they have commentary by the actors, directors, producers, pretty much anybody that's left alive to do so at the time of these DVDs. There's lots of behind the scenes, unaired footage. It's really cool if you're into all the sort of technical stuff. Next is The Ark in Space, which is the very next story, number 76. As you can see, the usual batch of special features. This is the Sontaran experiment, and it's story number 77. And I don't think this was the first Sontaran episode. I think that was Third Doctor. But this has still got some cool special features. It's weird because I think this was only like 2 episodes, but you've got a 39-minute documentary, so it's almost as long as the episodes themselves. This is Doctor Who, Genesis of the Daleks. This was an awesome story. As you can kind of see in the image there, this is the first appearance of Davros, the leader of the Daleks, the man who created them. Now, this is a really cool story, so a lot of the special features on here were really nice to have. The audio commentary, the 60-minute making of, um, Blue Peter, which is apparently an old kid show from the BBC. So here they have Blue Peter footage, 7-minute item featuring collection of Doctor Who models built by 16-year-old viewer. Doctor Who, Pyramids of Mars, which is story number 82. This is another, in my opinion, classic story. And you can see more commentaries, more documentaries, deleted scenes, all the good stuff. Then you've got The Hand of Fear, which is story number 87. It's kind of weird story. And you can see you've got more really great features, a commentary, making of. This is Doctor Who, The Robots of Death. I don't have the last one with Sarah Jane, but as you can see here, his new assistant is Leela. I don't know if she was some kind of cave woman. They were trying to go for some kind of Pygmalion thing, teach her culture and stuff like that. Anyways, the robots themselves were actually pretty creepy. Even though this is like an older episode, I still think it's kind of weird. Sorry, it's story number 90. And very minimal extras on here, but honestly, like I said, the story itself with those robots is really creepy. So I'm okay that there's not a lot of other stuff on it. Doctor Who, The Talons of Wang Chang. There you can see it's Leela again. He's trying to dress her up. Here he's got his little Sherlock Holmes getup. This is a really cool story. By the way, if you guys are interested, I definitely would suggest you watch these through Tubi. Because some of these are just like classic stories, even though they are, almost 50 years old, some of them. Many similar DVD features as a lot of the other ones, including more Blue Peter stuff, make your own Doctor Who theater. This is Doctor Who, The Horror of Fang Rock, and this is story number 92. And again, Leela is still the assistant. And you can see more special features, more commentaries, more behind the scenes, retrospectives, interviews. Doctor Who, The Invasion of Time. As you can see here, the Sontarans are coming back. Leela is still the assistant. And that weird dude there is a Time Lord. They went through a lot of different looks. This was one of them. There you can see is a better look. So, sorry, story number 97. And a lot of cool stuff on here. Again, I feel like a broken record, but if you're into a lot of the sort of behind the scenes aspects of stuff, making of, these DVDs really do have a lot of like material you can't find elsewhere. So I don't know if they've re-released these or if they're out of print or probably. But I would say if you can get your hands on them and you're a Doctor Who fan, you definitely should. Here I've got the Key to Time, the Complete Adventure box set. As you can see, it's a 6-disc set. Basically what happened was, as you can see, there's a bunch of individual stories in here, 98 all the way through 103. There was an overarching story where this dude in some weird lounge chair called the White Guardian showed up and asked the Doctor to find the Key to Time, which had been broken into 6 parts, and to beware for the Black Guardian, who was also looking for it. So you've got part 1 of the Key to Time, the Ribos operation, and again, this is story number 98. Kind of sparse on the extras, but the stories overall sort of make up for that. I do also want to mention that this is the first appearance of, I don't know her full name, he calls her Romana. She's like a sort of an apprentice to him, she's another Time Lord, and this is actually kind of a funny episode. But yeah, first appearance of Romana. So, Key to Time Part 2, The Pirate Planet, story number 99. That is a cyborg pirate, and that is some kind of android parrot on his shoulder. It's a pretty ridiculous episode. Again, not much in the way of features, but the story is pretty cool. And you can see this episode was actually written by Douglas Adams, the man who created the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So there is a good sense of humor in this one. I mean, again, that's the villain. How can you take it seriously? Even by Doctor Who standards, that was kind of like a tacky outfit. Next is The Stones of Blood. This is actually the 100th story, part 3, Key to Time. And honestly, I don't remember this particular episode very well. Here's Doctor Who, The Androids of Tara. This is, of course, story number 101. This is story number 102, The Power of Krall. And the final part in the Key to Time series, The Armageddon Factor. This is the big showdown between the White Guardian and the Black Guardian. This is City of Death, which is story number 105. And as you can see here, it was co-written by Douglas Adams from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And like a lot of the stuff from the Tom Baker years here, there is an awesome selection of special features. And then The Leisure Hive. This is story number 110. And as you can see, something happens. The Doctor ages significantly. And a lot of really cool special features on this one as well. Now, the next thing is, appropriately enough, called New Beginnings. Because, as you can see here, it features the transition from the 4th Doctor to the 5th Doctor, Peter Davison. And so as you can see here, it's the last 2 stories of the 4th Doctor and the first story of the 5th. So I'm going to ignore that. I'm just going to focus on the 4th Doctor stories, which the first one, as you can see here, is The Keeper of Traken. So I'm just reading the back of the thing here, and it does mention Adric, who was the Doctor's, like, annoying sidekick, who was, like, some 16-year-old, but he was, like, a super genius. And he is one of the few Doctor's sidekicks to actually get killed, rather than just kind of retire. And then we'll move into story number 116, Logopolis. This is the last Tom Baker 4th Doctor story, and it does feature the Master, so he's involved in this. Yeah, so just glancing at the back here, this seems to be where they introduce the other assistant who travel with him with Adric, Tegan. And you can see there's a lot of documentaries and stuff. This one, A New Body at Last, a new 50-minute documentary on the transition from Tom Baker to Peter Davison, featuring many of the actors and production team involved. So, like I said, the BBC apparently wasn't really good at preserving any of their video media. I think there was a fire that destroyed a lot of their archives, but it's cool to have anything surviving footage from that day. Okay, so that's it for this one. So I've gone from the first Fourth Doctor episode, Robot, all the way to the very final one, Logopolis. And as always, if you want to see more on in depth on any of these, let me know. Otherwise, check out part 3, which is coming soon. And that one, I'm going to be covering the sort of the remainder, the 5th, 6th, 7th, and some of the more recent Doctor Who spin offs. All right, I'll catch you then. Bye.